So this story starts way back when the rovers first landed on Mars. I remember there was a press conference, and the sky was blue. And nobody made a big deal of it at the time. And then a couple days later, NASA went back and said, oh, no, those pictures weren't right. We didn't have it adjusted correctly. Here's what they look like. And then all of a sudden, it was the red sky, and everything was super deep and dark, and what we're used to seeing now. I finally found a picture from that news conference. I couldn't find the conference itself. Where I've looked, the links that I've found have all been taken offline, and the Wayback Machine gives me a robot error or some random thing that I can't pull it up. But I actually found a still image from that press conference, and you can see blue sky, right? Now, also, I found a picture. I'll put a link to all this stuff. I found a link to a Viking image. This is from the Viking 2 lander. It says this picture was taken in May 1979, and you can see blue sky, right? The colors look normal and natural, not what we're used to seeing with all these NASA photos that are out there now. Just as an example, what we're used to seeing is the image on the left. You know, like a red pinkish sky and then a dark ground, dirt and rocks. They're off color. You can just see it. The image on the right looks correct. If you only had the image on the left to look at, you might think that's what it looks like. But when you see it side by side like this, just the human eye knows that the one on the right is correct and the one on the left has been altered. At least that's how I see it. And then here was another photo released by NASA, supposedly unaltered. I know somebody's job probably is to just go in and, before these images are released, change the color. Edit out anything that's not supposed to be there, like, a man-made structure or something like that has survived just edit it out of the image and also change the color on it. But somehow this one of a sunset got left in. And you can see here's another image. This one was altered by a person here on Earth based on, an incorrect image from NASA that was released. So he went in on his Photoshop and adjusted the colors to what it should look like. And to me, that looks correct. The ground looks natural. The offset of the colors looks right. I mean, the sky looks a little white as opposed to blue, but, maybe just chemtrailing up there. I'm only partially kidding. So here's another image. You can see, and where it says taken from here, it gives you the link to the original release, and all this stuff will be linked. You can see the image they gave us is the one on the top, and then the one on the bottom is the altered image, which looks, even if you look at the rover itself, looks correct, like the one on the bottom. The one on the top looks like they just jacked up the red. People expect it to be red, right? And here, this is a dead giveaway. This is a picture from the early mission. The flag, the image on the left is what they released. And you can see the stars on the Stars and Stripes is purple. It's not purple on the rover. It's blue. Which, if you adjust the color to make the flag blue, you get a blue sky. And the ground looks correct. And here's another one. Somebody snapped a close-up image, or zoomed in, I guess, on an image of the NASA logo on the rover. And we all know the NASA logo is not red, it's blue. But because they do all their tinkering with the photos, it ends up red. So, I mean, this is caught red-handed, proof positive that they're altering all of these photos. And this one here might be a little harder to see, but you can see this is from the picture before that I showed. And then where that green box is on the top image, it highlights that joystick. And you can see the bottom corner of that is red. But the Spirit sundial that they had pictured on Earth, it's blue. And the same thing with the NASA image. Just by altering the image as NASA photoshops it, it changes red to blue. And then it's just, I mean, come on. And this is just another image I found. But you could see that on the rover, on the top image with the people working on it, it's probably hard to see here. And that's why they zoom in. The JPL is on the bottom of the bottom right picture. But on the bottom left picture, when it was on Mars, the JPL is gone. I don't know. Is it two rovers? Is it the Earth rover and the Mars rover? I don't know. Who knows? And then it's not just limited to the rovers on the surface. This is from high rise, and you can see the same image has 3 different colors, and all 3 of these photos were released. So, I mean, what are we to believe? They're a bunch of liars and cheats and scoundrels, and you can't believe anything they say. But, I mean, they're altering the images. That much is obvious. But that leads to the question, are these pictures taken on Earth, or are these pictures taken on Mars? You know, are they altering the sky to look red because just having a blue sky would make people think that it's on Earth? Or because it actually is on Earth? Who knows? But this, like I said, this is a snapshot from the actual press conference where they released this. This was the first photo, I believe, that they released from the rover. And it showed a blue sky. They didn't reference it in the press conference. Like I said, I remember watching this when it actually first happened. And, you know, through the passage of time, I just kind of forgot about it. But I finally found a snapshot of it again so I could make this video. And like I said, they didn't reference it in the press conference. And then a couple days later, they said, oh, no, all those pictures, that was wrong. We have to go and readjust. Something was wrong. We have to recalibrate it. And then ever since then, we get the garbage images we do now. So, I mean, somebody internally probably realized, hey, you can't release that as it is. We have to doctor all these images. So, again, is it because Mars has a blue sky? Or is it because the pictures that we're getting, these rovers are actually somewhere on Earth? I don't know. But the data we're getting from NASA, as usual, is false.